Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. So the time is finally here. I've been getting asked so often about what my current opinion is on overall market condition and what should I invest in. So I really hope that this video gets you one step closer to your overall goal. One of the first things that I want to share with you, and I want to start this video off with a lot of energy, right? One of the first things that I want to remind you is at the end of the day, there is no perfect investment. Especially with current market conditions, there has never been so much inconsistency for the past couple of years. There's so much uncertainty and things are not getting any better. I am one of the only YouTube channels from the very beginning that while everyone, as we got first news of the coronavirus, while everyone was announcing that buy the dip, they're bound to recover, I was one of the only people that instead of encouraging our 700,000 subscribers to buy the dip because it has to recover, I know a lot of people that watch YouTube videos are people that are simply getting started. And when you're simply getting started, you don't understand, the longevity of, when you buy something or invest in something, that the intention has to be long-term. When someone puts in $1,000, sometimes they might hope that it comes back in 2 to 3 weeks or that they end up making a profit. And that's, as we've noticed, not necessarily the case. One of the first things that I shared on my channel is once we heard news of the coronavirus, I tried to make sense of the situation. So instead of trying to buy the dip, I took it day by day. I tried to understand the situation just like everyone else. To the best of my ability, I tried to inform myself. So instead of informing myself on what stock I should buy right now so I make an absolute killing, is if the coronavirus continued to get worse, what goes up in price while the stock market falls. One of the reasons that you're probably watching this video is you've probably heard that there is no better time to buy the dip. And I don't want to say that's necessarily the case, because last week when everyone thought that we aggressively sold off and we saw the worst, the market is down nearly 10% beyond that from last week, and it's only getting worse. And one of the things that I want to ask you is, are things getting better? Do we have a vaccine, right? Are we showing signs of containment? There is no fundamental reason on why the stock market should recover. So when everyone encourages you to buy the dip, one of the first questions that I want you to ask yourself is, instead of listening and investing or trading based off of other people's opinion, which you should never do, is there an actual reason on why you should invest your hard-earned money in something that is still selling off? I do agree that there is great opportunity among us. There's no question that the overall market is down. It's almost down at 1-year lows, right? That there's no question that I do see there to be a good deal. Just because something is a good deal does not make it a good buy. Why? Because 2 weeks ago, when people thought that we were at the absolute bottom, guess what happened? It continued to sell off. And now ask yourself, if you were a complete beginner and you took a position 2 weeks ago, how would you feel right now? Would you feel confident? Would you feel good? Would you be happy that you're down 10 or 15% on the position size or the overall investment that you made? Most likely not. So one of the first things that I would encourage you to do is to take time, inform yourself, collect your thoughts, and instead of making an irrational investment decision, as of right now, as things are not getting any better, this is the time to collect your thoughts and get informed. It's not to throw your money at something and hope that it grows. So now to kick off this video with that super exciting intro, what I want to talk about is the reason that I'm not buying the dip right now and the way that I plan to invest $100,000. And yeah, I did say invest. One of the things I'm known for on YouTube is day trading. I'm the largest YouTube channel in the world for those that day trade in the stock market. I tend to do pretty well. Today I made over $1,200. On Friday I made a little bit over $2,700. The day before I made over $4,000. The day before that I made a little bit over $3,000. I've been performing very well with this market volatility. We all learn at different pace and we're all at different levels. And I know day trading is not for everyone. And one of the things that I've taken into consideration is I do agree that right now with current market conditions and current market prices, there is an opportunity among us. But just because there's an opportunity among us does not mean that I need to throw myself at it. And the reason that I am patting myself in the back is as everyone was buying into, Facebook, Tesla, the overall market, just everything that has been selling off for the past 4 weeks, I have tried to just stay patient, collect my thoughts, and actually wait for an indication of a reversal. And guess what? It's paid off. It pays to be patient in this market. The market has not stopped selling off. It is continuously selling off, and based off of news and expected news that we are most likely going to hear, things are probably only going to get worse. Again, there is no fundamental reason on why we should see signs of a reversal. There's no fundamental reason on why the stock market should recover. So ask yourself, does it make sense to then invest right now? We've talked about the 3 stages of a reversal so many times, more on the day trading aspect, but I want to use my day trading approach. And again, this is the way that I want to do it, right? But I want to wait for there to be an actual fundamental reason first on why we begin to see a recovery. Once we begin to see consolidation, then going into a position at a fraction of what I plan to trade with. One of the biggest mistakes I see so many people make is they get very excited because an opportunity is among us. They see it presented, and let's say that you fund your account $1,000. They're just gonna throw their $1,000 in that position and hope that it grows. And guess what? They didn't wait for confirmation. There was no indication of a reversal, and there's no higher highs, right? There's no fundamental reason on why it's even pushing up or why they should have invested at that time. And the same thing is happening right now with overall market conditions. Things are not getting better. So why would it make sense for me to throw $100,000 into the series of stocks that I have collected that I see as of value? I do see a lot of value in certain stocks that I'm going to be sharing in this video. Just because I think that they're good deals, again, and I'm sorry to annoy you, does not mean that they're good buys right now. I would rather be someone that stays patient, waits for a reversal, and yeah, I might miss out on a little bit of that action because if it does push up overnight, you're right, I might miss out a little bit on that. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be someone that enters too early, hopes that it reverses, and ends up just bag holding as something continues to sell off. Again, I agree and I understand that it most likely, based off of the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, and the overall NASDAQ, that it's only a matter of time for these overall markets to recover. We don't know if the market's going to recover in a week, 2 weeks, or in a year. We do not know. We don't know how much more the market has to give. So therefore, instead of trying to predict this reversal, one of my first plans and how I plan to invest my $100,000 is I want to wait for a fundamental reason that the market actually begins to recover. So once I begin to see indication of a recovery, I am still not going to go in with $100,000. But one of the things that I do so well with day trading is I really like to average up, meaning that when something is increasing in value and I have a fraction of a position, meaning that if I trade again with $1,000 and I go in originally when I see indication of a reversal, if I go in with $100 or $200, a fraction of what I trade with, I then can add more to my position size when it continues to increase in value. So I can add $100 more, $200 more, $300 more until I get to a point where I'm fully invested. And then once I approach previous highs or a resistance level, I can then sell my position. But the biggest thing is, we've shared it so many times that the trend is your friend, and if there's no fundamental reason or no indication of a reversal, why would it even make sense for me to enter position? Do I want to enter position hoping that a reversal happens overnight, or actually stay cool, calm, and collected, allow an opportunity to present itself, and once I get indication of that reversal and that fundamental backing, I can then make sense of those investments and begin to pour my $100,000 into something that is actually increasing in value rather than probably many people right now that are continuing to average down. Again, if averaging down is your approach and it works well for you, all power to you. I'm not here to ever tell anyone what to do. I'm simply sharing what has worked for me and what hasn't. And as of right now, if you are someone that is just getting started, if you're an absolute beginner and all you're doing is averaging down, you probably don't have the stomach to sustain the long-term or the longevity of how long it's going to take for the market to recover. Therefore, it's only a matter of time for you to cut losses, give up, and then when the market does recover, you're just gonna say this market just isn't for me, and I'm just never gonna partake in it again. When you could have done one very simple little thing. You could have just stayed patient, stayed disciplined, and allowed an opportunity to present itself. You're not missing out on anything. If you're not a day trader and you're not taking advantage as the market is selling off, and you're like, well, if I don't get in right now into Facebook or into Amazon, I'm gonna miss out on the push it might have tomorrow. Things are not getting any better right now. We don't have indications of anything getting better, so stop being hopeful. Like, that just doesn't make sense. So instead of you worrying about something, right, or being afraid of something, why not set this time, this off time, to get informed? Take time to inform yourself about what is going on, how things can get better, what indications to look for when things begin to get better, and if things continue to get worse, how you can reap the benefit of that. There's nothing wrong with getting informed. One of the things that I'm doing is, as I'm trying to stay as informed to the best of my ability, right, just like anyone can try to be, I am taking this off time, as I'm not investing in anything right now, I'm just day trading, to build a quality watch list. These are not stocks that I'm getting off of recommendations. These are not stocks that other people are telling me are good investments. These are stocks that make sense to me based off of my investing criteria. One of the things that I'm personally looking into are critical companies that are critical to our overall economy, that I feel that even if we were to go into a recession, that they would have enough cash to sustain that overall recession, and that are critical enough to our overall global economy that it could still sustain itself. Again, I'm okay with sharing the stocks that I have in my watch list, as long as you understand that in no way is this a perfect watch list. These are just stocks that I'm paying attention to as they meet my criteria. If you think that they're the worst stocks ever, all power to you. Don't add them to your watch list, and that's the beautiful thing about sharing ideas and hearing other people out, right? The first one is going to be Apple, very cash rich. Amazon, very crucial to our global economy. Berkshire Hathaway, which is BRK/B, which is the cheaper one, since not everyone has $200,000 to invest in a price per share. There's also Facebook, Microsoft, and the higher risk ETFs that I'm paying attention to based off of my own criteria is SPY, which is the S&P 500 ETF, and then TQQQ, which is the NASDAQ ETF. Those are the ones that I'm watching and paying attention to. Am I invested in any of those right now? No. Why? Because of the 4 reasons that I shared in this video. We do not know where the bottom is, and I'm gonna make sure that I watch my position size. Once we get indication of a reversal, I'm gonna make sure that I average up when it makes sense to me, and overall, I'm gonna make sure that I take this off time to collect my thoughts, build a quality watch list that meets my criteria, not yours. So the same thing with you is take this off time for stocks that meet your criteria, not mine. So do your part in staying informed, trying to build a reliable opinion on what meets your criteria as an investor, and what companies you would want your hard-earned money invested in. I don't know if you guys saw my overall recap on the day, but it should be popping up right on over here. I did pretty well. I made a majority of my money today day trading DGAS, which pretty much is a natural gas inverse ETN, meaning that the more that natural gas sells off, as it's been really following the market very closely, the more that natural gas sells off, the more that DGAS goes up, and I did pretty well with it. So altogether, I made a little bit over $1,200 today in about 2 to 3 hours of trading. Very grateful, very blessed, but again, never satisfied, all right? Always super hungry and very excited to wait for an opportunity to present itself, and really excited to see how you guys really challenge your patience. It's the very simple things in life, and this is the last thing that I want to leave you guys with. It's the very, very simple things in life that people overcomplicate. There's no question about it. If you can just stay disciplined, if you simply get informed, right? Instead of being so opinionated about something you know nothing about, take time, collect your thoughts, and actually build a solid opinion by getting informed. And it's just that. Once you're informed enough to make a sound investment decision, you can collect your thoughts, build a quality watch list, and begin to invest in companies that make sense to you and only you. So I wish you the best, but unfortunately, my wish, hopes, and desires for you mean absolutely nothing unless you take action and do what's best for you, right? Let me know in the comment section what you guys would like to see next. If you agree that you're going to challenge yourself and be patient throughout this overall aggressive sell-off, I really hope that you smash that like button, just letting me know that you're gonna, again, accept that patience challenge and ensuring that you're gonna do the best to your ability to really allow that opportunity to present itself. itself. Don't forget to stay subscribed to the YouTube channel. Friendly little reminder, I would love to invite you to our free Facebook group. We're the largest Facebook group in the world with over 246,000 members, and that's going to be that first link down below. And of course, it's for free. I would love for you to even be able to watch me day trade live in the stock market. I don't know if you've ever wanted to get into day trading. It's something that I personally do every single day. I'm one of the only people that actually day trade live every single day, and that's only with the Learn Plan Profit group. If you want to learn a little bit more about it and to see if it's a good fit for you, click the second link down below, and we'd love to have you join us for tomorrow's live trading session. Like always, guys, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.